And welcome to Hero Power. I'm your host, Avanties, and as always, I'm joined by my co host, Zerotio.
What is up, gang? I don't know about you, Avantis, but I've had too much turkey.
Oh,
The tryptophan is kicking. I could use a nap, but let's get through this episode. And
then
we don't have a lot to talk about this week,
that's
but
true. It's kind of a lot week. You
well,
know,
you know, and that's expected because
it
it's a
it
holiday.
was a holiday week here in the United States.
So,
So most everybody was spending time with family or
yep.
complaining about Hearthstone. So just
Speaking of
another week.
speaking of time with your family, how was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was good. We didn't do much, we did visit with Debbie's dad, and then we visited with my parents, and that was it. It was just me and my wife and son and my parents, and then me, my wife and son, and her dad and his girlfriend. So it was kind of quiet this year. Usually we have big family get-togethers, but with everything going on, we kind of kept it small and just kind of visited for a few hours, ate way too much food, and then
Yeah, yeah.
kind of came home. I didn't even get to see my sister and her family this year. We kind of alternated. My sister visited with my parents for lunch, and then we came for dinner. So yeah, we just kind of kept the groups small this year. So
Yeah, we
how about
kind
you?
of did the same. We had our own little household Thanksgiving meal Wednesday afternoon, and then we drove up to my mother's and stayed with her for the night. I think I've talked about before. My mother's had health issues, but she's coming out of it pretty good. And this is about a year since my dad's passing, so it was pretty emotional that side. But we had a great Thanksgiving at my mother's house. I got to meet my great niece, and she got to meet her kind of okay uncle. Um, she's my great niece is 7 weeks now, so I haven't seen her since she was born,
hmm
and she was absolutely precious. I held her, and she opened her eyes, gave me this look like I don't know who you are, but you're comfortable, and went right back to sleep. So it was. She didn't cry, which is that's hey that to me that's a plus.
Yeah, yeah, there you
But
go.
then we went over to my in-laws and we had a great Thanksgiving there, and got to. I played Pokemon Sword and Shield with my nephew. He had his Switch, I had my Switch, and we sat around and played video games and ate
Awesome.
lots and lots of food. But had a lot of family, and in this time it hasn't been a lot of family because we've been kind of trying to steer clear of all that.
Right.
But we wanted to make sure to see family this go round. Uh, and then we have Christmas coming up, so hopefully we can end out 2020, stronger than it started.
On a good
Um,
note, yeah, that would be
and
good.
speaking of on a good note, I didn't get to play a lot of Hearthstone, but I'm still really enjoying Hearthstone. I'm enjoying the meta. I'm not really worried about my legend rank. I got legend before the set came out, and I'm not really worried about wild right now. I'm just focusing on just playing as many different types of decks as possible,
Yeah,
and I don't think there's a single class that's unplayable right now, which is hard to say, even first 2 weeks in the set, because I've
that's
played all 10 classes.
yeah, yeah. That's very true. Secret Mage is out
Yep,
there. Totem Shaman is out there. I've
yep.
seen, of course, the Clown Druid that we played last week is still poking around.
Paladin has like four different types of decks.
Paladin is out there in mass. So yeah, everybody is out there. Everybody's represented right now. It's an interesting
Even Warlock.
time.
I mean,
Yeah,
There's a zoo
Ti- there's a
variation.
there's
There's
the
a corrupted
Ticketus. Yeah,
variation. This the Ticketus Warlock is going crazy right now. I'm sure it's going to settle, but I don't expect it to settle until we start. Usually, when you start seeing it fleshed out is when esports kicks back up. But
right.
The thing with the third set in the year is usually you have a long drought of esports, because we don't see anything after BlizzCon until spring. But
Yeah.
this year's different. So December 12th and 13th, which is only a couple weeks away, is going to be the World Championships. So I suspect that the meta is going to stay very fluid and changing until we get to the World Championships, and we see what the likes of Monsanto and Bloody Face and all those players bring. Silvername especially, I'm sure he's going to bring Mage. See what they bring, and then people will start using those on the ladder, and that'll dictate what not only what you play, but what you play against, which is
Yeah.
important for the meta. A lot of people think the meta is only about what you play, but it's also about what your opponent plays.
Right.
Because some decks are only good if they can counter a deck that's consistent in the meta. So you if Hunter is consistent in the meta, then you can play a deck that might not be good against a lot of other classes, but it's really good against Hunter and have a good win rate with it. So I'm really excited to see what the World Championships brings, first off, because I know Bloodyface is definitely hard in the lab right now, figuring it out and getting his lineup, because this is what he's good at.
Mm-hmm.
And once we see what's brought, which we'll usually get those decks released about, was it 24 hours before the tournament? They'll get tweeted out and links will be public.
That
And
sounds
then,
about right.
And then that's what you'll see in the ladder that weekend and probably for the next couple weeks, at least dictating and driving the meta.
Right. So yeah, no. It's an interesting time to be playing, that's for sure.
It is.
And part of that is the continued interest, we'll call it, in the recently released reward system.
Yeah.
So, if you guys didn't listen to last week's episode, we talked about there's been a pretty swift backlash to this system, driven primarily by a couple members of the community who are using their platform to whip the rest of the community into a frenzy.
Which we say that, and it has its negatives, in my opinion, but ultimately this is going to be a positive change if we see any change at all, which we've already seen some change.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned it last week. The pack rewards after, I think it was rank 30, turned into gold rewards associated with that tier. So at the highest rank was a Year of the Dragon pack. I think it was a 40 or 47.
Yeah.
Just before you got the 50. Well, they turned that into 300 gold.
Right.
So you can, which ultimately is 3 packs instead of 1 pack. So not only do you get to pick what you get 3 times as much.
Right.
So that's a positive change that we've seen
already.
Again, we're seeing some members of the community still in an outrage that nothing's been done. But we have to realize we just had a set drop. We have holiday. And then they're probably working on pushing out the solo content before Christmas, which is going to be the, I think, Book of Heroes Garage, if I'm not mistaken,
yes,
based on
that's correct.
What's in client. So I think we will see change, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But ultimately, I'm seeing a little bit of a reprieve from some of the members of the community on Twitter that they still want change, they still want improvement, but they're seeing positive things come out. I think I mentioned last week the Challenge Your Friend quest gave a significant amount of XP.
Yes,
and then
well, I've not actually seen the. I've not actually seen it officially in my thing, but yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I had somebody challenge me, Howard Dave, in the community.
Okay.
I had somebody challenge me, and it was a lot. And then on top of that, people are going through and hitting a lot of the Dark Moon Fair achievements, which give a variety of XP bonuses.
Right.
And some of the content creators and people on Twitter are saying, hey, do these achievements. And there's even websites that are dedicating decks to specifically knocking out these achievements. So people are finding ways to enjoy the game with this new system, even though right now it's not at the desired level the community would want.
Well,
if
the,
that
the
makes sense.
desired level certain people would
Certain people,
want. And
that's
those
that's fair.
it just so happens that those certain people have a large enough following that they can whip them into frenzy and make them go get their pitchforks and start being loud on the internet.
And that's fair. They're the vocal minority, and I guess the important thing, obviously, everybody has their opinion on the matter. I do think a lot of people are stating, uh, uh, are quoting some of these vocal minority that have their pitchforks and torches raised and haven't done the math or haven't figured things out for their personal play style. Again, you have to remember the people like Zeddy. This isn't perfect for him because he plays so much and how often he plays and so forth and so on. But uh, I think everybody needs to figure out how it affects them personally. So on that note, where we talked about last week on the track, this is a week ago today, I was at level 25 after a week.
Yeah,
A little over.
I was at level 23 after a week.
Where are you now? And this is a week after that mark.
Yeah, so in the last week, so I did 7 days worth of dailies plus my 3 weekly quests, and I am a little more than halfway to 29 now.
Oh, okay. I actually had some time I couldn't play because of all the travel with holiday,
Mm.
and I am just into working on level 33.
Okay. Okay.
So I just got 30. Just finished 32.
So
I just started
you
33.
gained 7 full levels this week,
Yes,
and I got 6.
6. Which sounds about right for the way you and I play.
Yeah.
When I play, I kind of binge when I play. My sessions are rather intense. I
Right.
play a lot of games back to back to back. I play a
Yeah.
lot of formats. I was quest grinding, I'm sorry, achievement grinding. I
Uh-huh.
found some decks to hit specific achievements, so that might be the little difference we had there. I was specifically going for XP.
Yeah.
And so that brings me to my next question. After 2 weeks of this, a little over 2 weeks and 3 days, um, how do we feel specifically, personally, about the this new rank system? I'll let you start.
So far I'm still absolutely enjoying it. I like that I can see positive progression. So for me, I've always been kind of a casual player.
Mm-hmm.
I've always grinded about 5,000 gold between expansions because I use that 5,000 to buy 50 packs every expansion.
Yeah.
So this time I can actually kind of see where I'm going. I know if once I hit 50, I should be getting relatively close to that. Now I spent a little bit of my early gold buying a few more packs of Dark Moon Fair.
Yeah.
I did complete my full set this week. I bought the Give Thanks bundle, which gave me 2. I was missing 3 legendaries. I bought the Give Thanks bundle. It gave me 2. And then I got my last legendary this week, completed the set, got my coin, my precious. And I'm very, very happy with how things are going in game right now.
So I also did the bundle, and I got 3 because in my packs I got a golden legendary because I had all the legendaries from Skullman. So I got a golden legendary, which allowed me, and I usually say my goldens, but it was Star Student Stelina.
Yeah.
So she's really not playable, to be honest. So I just dusted that golden and was able to craft me another. I still have 4 legendaries I need to create, and I have enough dust for 2.
Right.
So my hope is by the time this cycle's done, we can get going. Now I'm at the point where I'm starting to want to consciously save gold.
Right.
And I'm up to 500 gold.
That's I think I'm actually at like 700 gold right now.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do a heroic duels run at least once per reward level.
Okay.
I'm not I'm not good enough to constantly grind them, but what that does is that each reward level now is giving me at least 150. Here pretty soon I'll be getting 200. So if I do one per, that's going to give me a pack.
Yeah.
And then maybe some extra gold that I can start saving. So it will satisfy my urge to. I used to always just occasionally buy a pack here and there, but if I do the duel, it'll give me the pack.
Right.
And then I use the gold towards, just saving.
Yeah.
So that's my system now. The only problem, and I think this is a personal problem, not a problem that everybody is going to have, is I feel like I'm on a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
I hit Monday, I get my 3 weeklies, I get my daily, and I zoom up levels because I do all 3 of the weeklies usually on
in
Monday.
Yeah.
In a day. And then it's just like, I get a daily. I get a daily.
Yeah.
I get a daily.
See, I'm the exact opposite because I don't binge play the way you do.
Yeah.
So it actually took me until Thanksgiving Day this week, Thursday, to finish all my weeklies. Just because I would do a couple here and a couple there. Now, I'm doing my dailies every single day, and that's progressing me through my weeklies and as I get there and finish. So far, I think one of the weeklies that you get every single week is win 7 games.
Yes.
And I was only I had only won 3 games going into Thursday. Gotcha. And that's when buddy of the show and former host of the Happy Hearthstone, Andrew Brown, shared a deck list on Twitter this week that we're going to actually play tonight. But I took that deck list. I had to tweak it a little bit because I didn't have all the cards, and I immediately went 4-0 with that deck to finish out my weekly win 7. Wow. I have since won at least 2 more, so I think I'm on wins. I've earned the achievement win 6 in a row.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
that's good.
That's where I am currently with that deck. And like I said, we're gonna play it tonight on the show. We'll take another look at it.
So just kind of summarizing how we feel. Would you say you are satisfied with the reward and progression system?
So far, yeah, I've not seen anything up through almost level 30 that would dissuade me from it.
I'm optimistically satisfied. I am worried though, because I'm hitting rank 33.
Yeah. So question for you.
Now.
Question for you.
I worry that by the time the next set comes out, that I'm not only going to hit 150, but be playing a lot where I don't get anything.
What is the amount of experience it's taking for you to get from 32 to 33 or 33 to 34, wherever you are?
I did not mark that. I'll launch my client and find out
exactly.
So I think it's like 40. It's 4,000 something.
Okay, so for me, 5,000. 29 to 30. It's 28 to 29. I'm not actually 29 yet. It's taking me 3,900 to get there. So I'm assuming it'll take roughly 4,000 to get to 30, maybe a little more. But I'm figuring a week of dailies. Now, this is with the boost because I have the rewards track. So I'm currently at the 15% boost level. With the boost, I'm earning roughly 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm earning roughly 12,000 experience a week at this level. So completing all 7 dailies and all of my weeklies should earn me close to 3 levels.
Yeah. The path I'm on now is working on level 33. I'm 522 of 4650, so
So
it's a little over 4500.
4650. Okay.
And now I'm also at the what is it, 15% boost.
Yeah.
But once I hit 35, I go to a 20% boost.
Okay. Okay.
So, and I'm close to getting that 20% boost, which
Yeah.
there are some people on Twitter, I think it was Ben Harstone and a few others, saying that once they've hit 35, because a few people have already hit 35,
Uh-huh.
that 20% boost is noticeable.
Okay. Okay.
So, and then I get a tavern
A
ticket
tavern
there
pass.
too,
Yeah.
which
It
I'll
is
be
a free.
honest,
It's a free heroic duel for you.
it is a free heroic duel. However, that track, it's 150 gold, 150 gold, then the free tavern pass or tavern ticket.
Uh-huh.
And I personally, I'm going to want it because I want to do the heroic duel, and that's how I'm getting
More gold.
cards. Well, cards and gold.
Yeah.
But some people don't want to do duels or arena. I really think that should just be 150 gold. Now, if it was going to be more than what we were normally getting, I
Mm-hmm.
could see doing that because you're getting more. But before that, I get 150 gold, so it's just like they did with the packs. Maybe I just want to spend that the way I want to spend it.
Okay.
Now, personally, I'm going to want the ticket, but I don't know if everybody would want that ticket.
Right. Right. Now,
So
it is important to note that after that ticket, it's all gold all the way
all
out to
gold
50.
until 50, and then at 50, your gold, you get 150 per level.
Right.
Oh, so that's going to bring me to my next question. If any, what changes need to be made to make this more satisfactory for you personally? Do you think
Uh
anything needs to be done?
so for me personally, maybe tweak the amount of experience earned on quests to be just a tad bit more.
Okay.
Help people progress a little faster to get the gold that they think they need between expansions. I mean, for the free to play players, maybe 50 packs, isn't enough. Maybe they need to have 10,000 gold at the end between the expansions to be able to buy 100 packs.
Okay, that's fair. My personal belief is I honestly don't think the amount of XP you get needs to be changed for somebody like me.
Mm-hmm.
Again, remember I play a lot. I'm worried I'm going to get to level 150 and there's still going to be a few weeks left till the next set.
Right, and so at
Uh,
150 it stops. So you'll
so
be
I'd like
playing
to.
for no reward at that point.
I would like to see that not stop.
Just continue going as far as
Have
so
have have
sort of
the
like
XP go up
Paragon
a
points in
yeah,
Diablo. You once you
exactly.
hit max, you just keep earning levels and earning rewards.
Yeah, and you can even increase the XP between each level, but let it by maybe a certain percentage, by like maybe 5% or something like that.
Yeah.
But just let it keep going so I keep getting my 150. If I'm a dedicated player that plays constantly, like a content creator or streamer or somebody like me, then I'm not going to feel like I'm not getting it before. Obviously, streamers are going to have that content and that income,
Right.
but so obviously they have something outside the game. But people like me don't. Furthermore, I do think the gold structure needs to be increased. I think it needs to be 100 gold for levels 1 through 10. 11 through 20 is should be 200, and then 21 through 30 be 300, and keep going up to 500 for
Okay.
40 through 50. And then once you've hit level 50, and in this case you might not need to extend the levels past 150, but make it so you get 250 instead of 150. And I think that will satisfy the people that say they're not getting enough gold.
Okay.
It might be too much,
Too much, yeah.
but I'd rather have too much than too little. I do think changes do need to be made. I don't want anybody thinking that I'm 100% happy with it and I'm a Blizzard apologist and they shouldn't make any changes. No, I think changes need to be made. I just don't think it's it's to the point that we need to boycott Blizzard or anything like that.
Yeah,
I said this.
You don't want to be getting emails like Brian Kibler got this
Yeah,
week that he shared on Twitter day
that's
before
ridiculous.
yesterday.
That's ridiculous that people are reacting like this. And I said this when the reward structure was brought up and leaked out, is that it probably won't hit our expectations, but I had faith that Team 5 and Blizzard would look at it. They almost always try to shoot under the mark because it's easier to give more than it is to take away. Because if they gave us too much and then their marketing department or their financial department said, hey, we're giving out way too much, we need to scale this back, and they did, oh my gosh, that's boycott worthy, that's bring up your pitchforks worthy. But they shot a little over the mark during a holiday time, so it's going to take them a little bit of time to identify it. And they've already made some changes where they changed the packs to gold and retroactively reimbursed anybody that hit those already, which I doubt there were any.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if they made any future changes, they will retroactively fix everybody. So this is something that's on the radar. They know about it. I think there will be a fix. Whether it satisfies the majority or all the player base, it has yet to be seen. But they're not going to have to do much to satisfy me, because I'm on the verge of satisfaction now. I do have some trepidations about the system for my longevity and trying to mimic the play patterns I had in the past to now. I do think I will have to play more to get the same kind of gold savings and gold stockpile that I had before. But did I need that much gold stockpile before? That's the other question.
Right.
Was I stockpiling too much gold? Did I not have enough to spend gold on? And I know people are worried about this secondary set that's going to be coming out of 35 cards, and that's more money sink. We'll just have to. I have faith that Blizzard's going to do what's right to make the system good for the majority of the player base. I am in the camp that's satisfied right now. If I was to get more, I wouldn't complain. But if I wasn't, I'd probably still play at the level that I'm playing now.
Okay. All right. Well, that brings us to this week's Tavern Brawl, which is a new Tavern Brawl.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've never seen this before.
I haven't seen it, and let's tell them what it is, then we'll talk about it.
So it's called Half and Half. Create a deck of 15 cards. At the start of the game, we'll complete your deck with a copy of your opponent's cards. So you pick 15, your opponent picks 15, and it creates one 30-card deck for both of you.
Yeah, now it's important to note you can have duplicates of cards you can have duplicates of. Well, obviously you can only have one copy of a legendary. And this is wild. So you can have it from any set. It is not restricted to standard or a pool of sets like they're doing with duels and arena. So you could go crazy. I built a Highlander Librum Dude Paladin in 15 cards. And my logic was, if my opponent put duplicates in their deck, that's only like at maximum 7 cards that I need to draw to then activate my Reno cards.
Right.
And I played against a enhancement shaman that went all weapons and building his attack and whatnot. And he had diligent note takers in his deck, which quickly turned into extra copies of Libram of Wisdom. Because I drew both of his diligent note takers and I drew his whack-a-mole. Actually, of my cards, all I drew was my one Libram of Wisdom, one of my attendants, and then the rest of my Highlander cards, which I couldn't play.
Yeah.
So I basically beat him all with his cards.
Yeah. So
and it was fun.
That's nice.
I won and done it, but I might go back and play a game or two. This is interesting.
I won and done it as well. I played a modified Secret Hunter. We used Cloaked Huntress and Phase Stalker and Explosive Trap, Freezing Trap, Pressure Plate. And Mystery Winner. and
Hmm.
I just kind of went in. My opponent was playing aggro Demon Hunter.
Oh,
So I had he and I both had the Demon Hunter synergy stuff, and it was interesting. I think I ended up with the better draw because I outpaced him with my secrets and his minions,
oh,
and
gotcha. Okay.
and just beat him down pretty quickly.
And it's probably easier for you to understand how to play around the secrets since they're your secrets, and he
Right,
doesn't know
right. He's
what secrets
drawing
until he
them.
draws them.
Yeah, he's not seeing them until he draws them. So, but I
Yeah,
know what's in the deck. So,
that's an interesting way. I'm wondering if I haven't heard of anybody in our Discord found some like secret combination of cards, but I'm guessing there's some way. I'd love to play this with like a friend, a friendly Tavern Brawl, and maybe find some weird ways to break the game, get double copies of certain legendaries, things like that. Because I'm
yeah,
assuming if you put a copy of a legendary in your deck and they do too, you then get two copies of that legendary in your deck.
yeah, I would imagine that's the way it works.
So this is what makes me want to have a curated pool of Tavern Brawls I can choose to play,
Yeah.
where I challenge a friend, we choose Tavern Brawl, we go through a drop down. Maybe it's a limited pool
You,
that
you, you know
rotates
where I'd like to see this Tavern Brawl?
in
Fireside Brawls.
firesides. Yeah, yeah, that would be really really cool. Which
So,
you can do this Tavern Brawl in firesides, I believe. Uh,
I don't know. You have to
can't you
choose.
do
You have
any?
to choose from a curated list of brawls.
Oh, and they're Brawl specifically for Tavern Brawls.
Yeah. So,
For fireside.
right.
So okay. So
So,
yeah, maybe that's something you can petition and make sure to put that one on the list because it's a good one.
yeah.
And more importantly, it's a new one,
Hmm.
which means they have somebody making these now that Joe Mack's gone.
Right.
Now, whether it's a team of people, maybe it falls on the back of additional jobs for final development or anything like that. We don't know. But it's nice to know they're back to making new Tavern Brawls because we were worried about that with Joe Mag leaving because
Hmm.
he was kind of the heart and soul of the Tavern Brawl system.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's it for the news and discussion this week. Like I said,
Yeah, short
wasn't a
week.
whole lot going on with the holiday. So,
No,
uh,
but I wanted to make sure we brought to light our personal opinions on the system because and I just kind of want to close with this before we get into our deck of the week. Um, there's a lot of opinions being thrown out about the state of Hearthstone right now, and they are predominantly negative.
yeah, I actually
And
shared my opinion for the first time about this on Twitter this week. So if you guys
and
want to read it, it's out there.
those positive opinions are being very much lambasted and yelled at and treated poorly. Brian Kibler came out with some positive messages about the system,
Negative
and
messages too. I mean, he got
well,
absolutely railed in an email,
yeah, he got slammed,
and he shared
and
it. He shared it, called the guy out on Twitter, and I don't blame him. I'd have done the exact same thing. It was completely uncalled for.
we shouldn't live in a community that we're afraid to give our opinions because they're different than others.
Hmm.
And that's the problem that I've had with this community, specifically Hearthstone, not just the gaming community at large, but Hearthstone specifically, is that uh, if the vocal community has a specific stance and you are against them, they will really, really assault you on social media and everywhere they can, and comments on your comment sections on your videos or wherever they can hit you, they will. And we need to be able to express our differences and
Hmm.
opinions. That's something we've really been very important about on this show. Myself and Versika, for the longest time when he was a host, we always had different stances. And it was important for us to be able to express our different stances, and whether our viewers wanted to support one of us or both of us or neither of us was up to them. But it was important that all voices are heard. Now, that's not just in the Hearthstone community or the gaming community, but in community as a whole. all voices are important, and I just want to make sure that we use this topic to express that. But that's going to be a stance this show holds for a long time. That if you have an opinion, even if it's unpopular, feel free to get out there and tout it.
Yeah.
Because we do, and I'm sure we'll get negative reviews on this because of it, but that's fine. I'd rather have people listen and disagree with me than my voice not be heard.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about this deck Andrew Brown posted on Twitter earlier this week. So it is a Highlander Hunter list, and I enjoyed the hell out of this list when I played it, and we're gonna play it some. It is important there to note there is one substitution. This deck called for Dragon's Bane, which is the legendary when you use your hero power, deal 5 damage to a random enemy target.
Yes.
I don't have that legendary. So in the same kind of mana slot, I put in Hyena Alpha, which is the 3/3 that if you control a secret, summons 2/2/2 minions as well. I've noticed that card has worked pretty well in the games I've played as far as tempo swings or keeping the board. You know, if I go second and I can play a trap on 2 and coin into alpha on 3, I've had some really good results with that.
And the deck we're going to play this week is with the Hyena
Alpha version, because I'm going to be driving this week.
Well, go ahead and read off the list, and we can talk about it.
All right, so the deck list is as follows. Everything is a single copy because it is Highlander. Adorable Infestation, Blazing Battle Mage, Demon Companion, Dwarven Sharpshooter, Guardian Og Merchant, Intrepid Initiate, Mystery Winner, Tour Guide, Wolpertinger. Those are your 1-mana cards. Then you've got Bone Chewer Brawler, Freezing Trap, Imprisoned Fell Maw, Open the Cages, Pack Tactics, Phase Stalker, Scavenger's Ingenuity, Snake Trap, Voracious Reader, Wriggling Horror, and Zephyrus the Great. That's your 2-mana costs. That's over half the deck is 1 mana and 2 mana spells. Then you've got Animal Companion, Eaglehorn Bow, Inconspicuous Rider, Kill Command, Petting Zoo, Unleash the Hounds, Hyena Alpha, Lorekeeper Polecelt, Ringling's Rifle, and Dino Tamer Brand. So this is very much almost like a Highlander aggro deck.
Yeah, it's very, very aggro. And it's a good thing to note that your Lorekeeper Polecelt, you kind of want to save that until you're ready to put in the final nail.
Yes.
Because it will draw Dino Tamer Brand right off the top. And if you're, say, at like 5 mana, you don't really want that draw.
Correct.
Unless the 4/5 is really going to give you good tempo. But then not only does it give you Dino Tamer Brand, but it's going to put those kind of aggressive your kill commands kind of go to the top. The Petting Zoo, the Unleash the Hounds kind of go towards the top. So depending on how your draw went, you might be able to put in a final lethal with kill command. Now, I ran the list with the Dragon's Bane and without the Dragon's Bane.
Mm-hmm.
I did better without the Dragon's Bane.
Okay.
But I can't say there was always situations where the Dragon's Bane worked well. And I also was in Legend, around 6,000 Legend.
Right,
so
So
I was playing a lot of aggressive decks.
When I started playing this deck, I was in like Bronze 2 or Bronze 3, and I am now in Gold 8. So
wow, that's a good jump.
I went from Bronze all the way through Silver into Gold playing this deck. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with it. It seems to work really well for where I am on the ladder. And we're going to play a couple of games with it here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm excited to play. Like I said, I played this deck and didn't do well. My first 4 games, I went 1-3, and I think it was really where I was on the ladder and what was being played. A lot of Demon Hunter.
Yeah, yeah.
Demon Hunter is kind of the go-to ladder grinder right now, which is what I was using. I actually climbed up to like 2,000 Legend with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided to play other decks, and I've fallen down to around 6,000-7,000. So
Right.
I'm excited to watch you play this, because obviously the ladder is different for you because you're in gold now, and your MMR is different than mine. So
Yeah, yeah.
it'll be neat to see, because this is probably more of a representation of a lot of our listeners of what they play. So I'm excited to see how we do with it today.
All right. So if you are joining us on YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast, where you can also find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers, or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do so by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
Alrighty. So I am already up and in the deck selection. So I've been testing out a couple different versions of Highlander Hunter, Highlander Druid. Playing some N'Zoth Warrior. Just been having a lot of fun with this meta right now.
Yeah, I mean, I look at my deck lists, and I've pretty much just taking a quick glance before you start your game.
Yeah.
I've got a Highlander. I got a Hunter. I got a Paladin. I got a Warrior. I got a Demon Hunter. I got a Priest. I got a Mage. I got a Druid. I got actually 2 Hunters and 2 Paladins. So that's 7 classes right there on my first page, and then I have Shaman on my second page, and I only have 1 deck on the second page. So that's 8 classes that I'm actively rotating around right now, which is a lot more than I usually do 2 weeks into the set coming out. Usually I kind of narrow it down to 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So this is I'm really liking where the meta is heading, and I think there's a lot of meta to be fleshed out left.
Okay, nice.
Especially with the World Championships coming up. Like
everything's going to change once the World Championship decks drop. So, all right, looks like we have a Paladin first.
I'm going to make a bold prediction that I think Bloody Face's lineup's going to be the more popular decks you'll see on the ladder.
I could agree with that.
They tend to be.
Yeah. So, okay, our starting hand is Blazing Battle Mage, Lorekeeper Polkelt, Voracious Reader, and Zephyrus the Great. So now we are up against a Paladin.
Yeah.
Do you think we throw back the 2 legendaries?
No, I think we just throw back Polkelt. The reason I like the Zephyrus is because if they get an early start with Librams, you can Zephyrus into a silence.
Okay, I like that.
Or even better, you can Zephyrus into a Shadow Madness, steal their minion, run it into their under minion, and then you get their Libram.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that gorgeous coin.
Yeah, check that thing out.
That's really cool. I guess if your whole deck was golden, you'd get it. So
yeah.
We're gonna Blazing right out.
I agree. I think you just go ahead and get the pressure.
With 2 health minions on turn 1.
So he's going to probably no, he's gonna play a Mana Addict.
Wait, what?
So do we just Og Merchant the Battle Mage and clear this?
That won't clear it.
It'll give it. Oh, you're right.
It gives it Divine Shield.
It just gives it Divine Shield.
But you want to run what I would do is I would run the Blazing Battle Mage into it, and then Og Merchant the Mana Addict.
Okay, yeah.
And then you can throw down the
Wolpertinger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering if he has the Mana Addict in there because of all of the Librams.
Probably. That would make sense.
We're playing against White Knight.
Yep. White can, yeah, yeah.
Kinight. That's clever.
All right, so Paladin Secret. Do we think it's Get Down?
It probably is Get Down, which means we want to run a Wolpertinger to face first.
Yeah. It is not Get Down.
So then we run the Og Merchant into the 2-1, see if it comes back.
And it does.
It does. So we can run the 1-1 into it.
Okay.
Question is, what do we do now?
Well, we could.
Good tempo Zephyrus, but was it probably secret? Well, Redemption was gotten off of Wandmaker, so we don't know if this is secret based.
Yeah.
I think we just hero power pass.
I'm good with that.
We need to get into some of our.
Okay, so questing
secrets.
adventure, first day of school, into another minion.
We want him to get this up to 5/5.
Which he's not going to do on this turn.
No. Which is smart by him.
We really need a secret.
We do, and the problem is if we pull Kale now to challenge the
We're going to draw
questing, we're going to draw
Dino Tamer next turn. We don't want to do that. We want to wait till 6 to poll count.
Yeah. Do we? Maybe we voracious reader because it's a target that he'll have to want to clear.
Uh-huh.
And then we hero power, clear the 1/2 with our 2/1, and go face with the 1/1. That way he'll feel like he has to run the questing adventurer into the voracious reader.
Okay, and then we
It's
can
kinda like
always go for a silence with Zephyrus if we need to.
Exactly, but we'll probably want to go more with like a Shadow or Death.
Yeah. And that would be 5 mana this turn to Zephyrus.
No, Shadow or Death is 2 now.
Oh, is it 2? Okay.
Yeah, it's 2 now.
There's the Mana Addict again.
Which only gets the bonus that turn. See, he ran the 4/4 into it, which is what we wanted him to do.
Yeah.
Oh, please. Okay. Yeah, he put the Hand of a Doll on it. He's putting everything into the questing.
Yeah.
That's actually really good news. So the way we should probably do this is we Bone Chewer, Coin, and then Zephyrus.
Okay.
And what that's going to do is that's going to ensure that we have only 2 mana left. It gives us a Shadow or Death.
Okay.
Because if we had 3 mana left, it might try to do something else with the rest of his board.
So there's the Death.
Yep, there's the Death. See, it might have just given us a massive spell last time.
Right. And do we hit the 2/1 with the...
I think we do. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if he doesn't develop too hard, we can Lore Keeper, Hero Power, and then we know we're going to draw both
Dino Tamer brand,
and more importantly, Renling's Rifle,
which will give us the secrets
with Hyena.
Yeah, and Petting Zoo.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's going to Hand of a Doll the... Okay.
Which is fine because we can still trade in the Zephyrus.
Yep.
Oh, we drew the Dino.
We drew Dino Tamer.
That's not bad.
That guarantees we get Ringlings next turn.
Yeah. So we Lore Keeper, Hero Power, and trade the 3/2 into the Mana Addict?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And see, now this gives us flexibility because we'll get the Ringlings, and we can Ringlings Petting Zoo, or we can Dino Tamer Brand. We can go
depending on what he does this turn.
Exactly. This is a very different list. It's almost like it's a budget list. Which at this rank isn't unexpected. Okay, so he's going to Blessings that. Well, I hate Dido Trader Brand, but we might need to.
Yeah.
Wait, the shield bearer was in his deck.
Yes, it was.
So we Dino Tamer into the 4/8, and then
Clear the 1/3 with the 4/5.
do we? I think we do, because he could probably dump his hand this turn, and we don't want him to draw. Yeah. Just wondering if it was more important to clear the 2/3 if he has some more buffs. But he's already used a Hand of a Doll, one generated
Snack
Hand of a
run.
Doll.
Okay.
Snack run. See how much he heals for. Well, I don't know if we'll see a full heal. Because if he's at full health, we won't see how much he heals for. But he's at 20, so he heals for 2.
2. Okay.
So he got a 2-mana spell, which is probably Hand of a Doll or Libram of Wisdom.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
This is real good.
Yeah. So here we're gonna Ringlings.
Hit the 1/1.
Hit the 1/1.
We don't want to leave him any minions to buff. We get a secret
Snipe.
Snipe. I like Snipe.
I like Snipe. There we go face, and we Hyena here.
Hyena. The only thing Snipe doesn't do is it won't snipe a dude, so he can hero power and then buff it. Where if we use pressure
So
plate,
if he has the second Consecrate.
Oh wow, this is good because we're gonna give it. Oh, please give us Dino Tamer brand. Please give us Dino Tamer brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
My thanks.
That was good. He's screwed now.
That's lethal.
That's lethal. He gave us lethal. Oh, how did he get the Shotcats? He got the Shotcats off Skyrager. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. So.
Only on hero power. We hit the 1 in, what was that, 1 in 5?
Yeah.
We hit the 20% to give us a Dino Tamer back. That was good.
Right. So
Good game. That was fun.
That's how much. That's all the games I've played have been that way. They've just been so much fun with this deck so far.
I don't want to say that Hyena Alpha is definitely better than
Dragon's Bane.
Dragonbane. However, in your rank bracket and against the decks you're facing, I think Hyena Alpha is better, and it might just be it makes it more tempo.
All right, so here's another Paladin, and our starting hand is Ringling's Rifle, Dino Tamer Brand, and Kill Command. Do we just throw all this back?
Yeah.
We're going first.
There's a merit to the Ringling's Rifle, but
I can see that. Yeah.
He's going to take a little time to build up, and Ringling's Rifle on 4 into discovering a freezing trap might be what we need. Yeah, let's keep the Ringling's Rifle.
Okay.
Let's throw everything else back.
Okay. We drew Intrepid Initiate into Snake Trap.
Yep, we got a 1/2.
Into Petting Zoo. We have a 1, 2, 3.
So if he doesn't set off the trap, which he'd have to pay a first day of school into a 1-drop.
Right.
Unless he's got a coin hero power. He might have the
He's not.
No, he doesn't. Yeah. Snake Trap. Send it to face. If he does not run into the 3/2, which he doesn't, he'd have to use a weapon, and on 2 I don't see a weapon he would use.
He's just gonna hero power.
Petting Zoo.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we still Petting Zoo.
Do we clear? Or do we go face?
I think we have to.
Okay.
Because we have a lot of value with that trap not going off.
Yeah.
We're gonna want a Ringlings swing face, and then the next turn swing face
and equip the Eagle Horn Bow.
There's the first day of school. You drew it late, so that was a sequencing error. First day. Yeah, he knows it, and he knows it. I think we. I I think we ringlings and run the 3-1 and our weapon into that minion.
Okay.
What do we get?
Pack tactics, open the cages, or pressure plate.
Well, we haven't opened the cages in our hand. Pack tactics isn't a huge value. We just get another minion at the same time. I think pressure plate, because if he plays a minion or even his hero power, and tries to put a buff on it, it will kill it.
Yeah.
And pressure plates, and also, if he tries to leave him with hope, pressure plate automatically kills it.
Yeah, so there's Aldor Attendant.
So he's probably going to try to Head of a Doll it. Oh, a coin. What would he coin out? If he's running pure, he might have Zealot in hand.
Spy Mistress. Voodoo Doctor to heal. That was created by first day of school. Do we start with Demon Companion and see what we get?
No, I don't think we do. I think we start by hitting the 2-1 with our face and seeing what secret we get.
Okay. Freezing Trap. Or
I think I like Freezing Trap here.
we already have Pressure Plate and Snake Trap out. And we have we have Open the Cages in our hand, so yeah.
Cages in our hand. So I think we Freezing Trap. We
play the Eagle Horn.
Yeah, I think we Eagle Horn and open the cages.
Okay.
But ultimately, I think we do trade in one of the 3/3s into the Attendant.
Okay.
Because this will isolate where he needs to buff, which if he buffs, it gets killed. Also, if he decides to run in first to play around something like...
Do we swing to face?
We can't.
Oh.
We already swung.
Oh, that's right. We did with Ringlings. Yeah. Okay.
They're just so... We're going to get so many charges here. See, this is going to pop 2 secrets.
Right. And the freezing, send it back to his hand.
And what I'm hoping he does is I'm hoping he plays the other Aldor, the taunt, and then tries to buff it. Because if he does that, then he'll kill it.
Right.
He plays a 4/6 and then tries to put a Lever of Wisdom on it. That would be the play he'd want to do right now. And the reason he swung first is because we've
got 14 damage showing.
Oh yeah, we're pressuring, and we have Voracious Reader in hand.
So he's just going to Devout Pupil,
buff it, open the cages. Okay, that's good. I think we can trade all of the stakes in and in our face. And we're ultimately going to want to dump as much out of our hand as possible.
Yeah. So, face to clear it.
I think what we do is, since the Scavenger's Ingenuity draws us a card, let's play Demon Companion, Voracious Reader, and Hero Power. So
not play the Scavenger this turn?
No, don't play the Scavenger. We still have 2 beasts in our deck, so it's not as big of a problem.
Okay.
Plus, them having buffs isn't going to be a big deal. And then Hero Power. And we're threatening lethal now?
Yeah. So there's Polkelt and Hyena Alpha. So, yeah.
Yeah. So Polkelt and a Dino Tamer Bran. What are we still... We still have the Pressure Plate. He can't leave him of Hope. Which he can't anyways, because it would be 7 mana, but...
Libram of Justice.
And see, that's not going to set off the Pressure Plate because he has no minions.
Right.
If he had no
other... It wouldn't anyway because it's a weapon.
No, it's a spell.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying is, if he was planning on hero powering, I would have hero powered first just to pop the Pressure Plate.
Yeah.
And this is me as a seasoned Paladin player. Okay. Yeah, we win. We just win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me as a seasoned Paladin player, there are some things you want to do to kind of, if he had Aldor in hand, if he had a Lever of Hope in hand for 7, you would want to make sure to pop that, but he couldn't survive the turn anyway, so it didn't matter.
So that was pretty quick. Do you want to play one more?
Yeah, I'm down for one more.
Okay.
Do one more. And that was a more consistent list you're going to see on ladder. It looked like it was a pure Paladin list, which
Yeah.
is very popular and high on HS replay right now.
Yeah.
So that did well against a deck that
here's our third Paladin.
Paladin is just, I mean, it's what you play right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Paladin or Demon Hunter. And the reason Paladin is real popular right now is Demon Hunter is popular and Paladin beats Demon Hunter.
So, opening hand, we're on the coin. We have Hyena Alpha, Lorekeeper Polekilt, Intrepid Initiate, and Wriggling Horror.
I think we just keep the Initiate and the Horror.
Okay.
And in an ideal world, we draw into Adorable Infestation or Blazing Battle Mage or Demon Companion.
How about Adorable Infestation and Wolpertinger?
That's fine too. What I would like to do though is probably Intrepid Initiate, coin Adorable Infestation.
Yeah. To counter this Aldor Attendant?
Yes. Yeah. My hope is he didn't have the attendant on one, but he's probably going to trade into the 1/1,
Right.
which is fine. In an ideal world, he buffs his Aldor attendant with. Okay, he doesn't.
He plays Hero Power. Okay.
Well, this isn't a great Wriggling Horror turn, but we can Wolpertinger and Cub and trade into the Aldor attendant.
Okay.
And this will give us a good solid board if we want to Wriggling Horror.
Wiggling Horror next turn.
We might just Rider next turn.
Yeah. Inconspicuous Rider.
By the way, them stacked on each other's shoulders.
Yeah. So he's just hero powering again. That's good for us. So I think this is.
I think we go Rider.
You think so?
Yeah, because it fills out our mana better, and next turn we can put two drops. Ooh, that's good.
Okay. Yeah, we got the Snake Trap, so we're gonna clear this with one of the Wolpertingers.
Are we? Or do we want the snakes? I think we want to trade. My thought is we just leave it, and then we might want the snakes, but I think we want to trade. Yeah. I think he has a lot of spells in his hand.
Okay.
You know, I'd love a main deck pressure plate.
So there's a Lot Forge Zealot.
Okay.
That's going to get us our snakes.
Yep. So the trade was right. The trade was right in that case.
So now we're going to Wiggling Horror, trade in. Ooh, or do we? No, I think we just Ringling's Rifle.
I think we just Ringling's Rifle. The aggressive line is to Horror and Hero Power and trade one minion in. But I think the tempo play, which is what we need to play for right now, in my opinion.
Open
Snipe.
the cages?
The reason we play Snipe is because if he plays the other Aldor, that the taunt, it'll take 4 damage. We just trade one minion in.
Okay.
Because that's his turn 5 play. He wants to play the Aldor. I always forget. It's not Attendant. It's the other one. That's a 4/6 that reduces your Libram by 2.
Yeah.
That's what you want to play on 5.
There you go. He's going to play the Truth Seeker.
And now we can trade it with
our
with
face.
the minion. Well, yeah, we can trade it with our face. So trade it with our face. See what secret we get.
Snipe again?
I'd Snipe, yeah. Yeah. I would like pressure plate at this point because now Lever of Hope is 6 mana, but we didn't get it offered. And then
Hero Power Battle Mage?
Can Zealot wreck us? Yeah, Hero Power Battle Mage. It's more damage now. That pressure is a lethal. He needs his Lever of Hope, but I'd be worried about pressure plate.
So there's an attendant.
He can still play. That's why he played that. He's trying to test.
Yeah.
He can still play Lever of Hope if he has it, because it's 5 mana now.
And that's what he's got.
It's going to make things a little more difficult for us. But this will help. I think we just have to full trade, put a 1/1 in first, and all the 2 attack minions, and then we just dump our hand. This feels bad, but without the pressure plate, if we would have gotten a pressure plate, this would be totally different. We'd be so far ahead.
Do we dump our hand, or do we just play the Bone Chewer and the Reader and then Hero Power?
The reason I say dump our hand is because it'll draw us 3 cards.
Okay.
And we're going into a brand turn, and if we can draw a brand and he Libero hopes again, we can trade a 1/1 and brand in.
Yeah.
And,
well, there's a Zephrys. Zephrys is just as good.
Zephrys is just as good, yeah. So you want to maximize your draw at this point because we're kind of behind. It looks like we're ahead, but we're not.
Yeah, yeah. High Abyss Allura.
Into any spell could give the other. That's kind of a weak Libram. There's the hope. But this is good because he doesn't heal off of it. So now we can just Zephrys that down.
So Petting Zoo into Zephrys guarantees the Shadow Word Death.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And then we just ship it base. Make him make the choices at this point.
Yeah.
So now he's lost the second Libram of Hope Heal. That's actually not a bad draw.
Polkelt, yeah.
Yeah.
Uriel.
That's rough. He was smart to try that first.
Yeah.
We just gotta power through that one.
So Pack Tactics Alpha trading it. Well, yeah, double trade.
If we lore keep and Polkelt, we're guaranteed down Tamer Brand next turn.
Right. But I mean, we're fixing to put him back to full health.
Yeah. But what are we gonna do after that?
Yeah. So all right. So
I mean, either way, we're gonna double trade. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that.
Yeah. So Pack Tactics. Hyena
I think
Alpha,
you're right. I think we Hyena Alpha.
Hero Power.
I really wanted to Polkelt, but I just don't think we can. This is a tougher game. He's gotten the draws. See, I don't know. I just don't see a lot of Pack Tactics. Just doesn't always feel great to me. I'd almost rather have a pressure plate in this deck. And now he has a second Libram of Hope.
Gotcha.
And that Libram of Hope is 5 mana.
Okay.
So he's going to Hope next turn. So we have to look at Polkelt.
Okay.
Because we're going to need that trade into the Hope.
And Demon Companion.
Yeah, we just... that's good.
So
I think maybe we Og Merchant on the 4/3.
I mean, we can. Does it matter if we clearly Adrin?
I don't think it matters. I think right now we're gonna get a Libram of Hope next turn.
Yeah.
We need a minion to be able to stick. Actually, no. We hold the Guardian Og Merchant because we need it to pop the shield.
Okay. So do I send this 4, 7, 10 to face?
I think it goes face and we Hero Power. It's more than he would heal for, so it's positive. It's a positive number. He's going to Libram of Hope. What he does with the other 5 mana, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Because one of those is Libram of Hope. Does he have a Libram of Wisdom for the 1/1?
So there's
There's
the
the
hope.
hope. So he pushes face. Okay. Oh,
That's pretty much going to do it, I think.
that's gonna do. We can't take that.
Yeah.
We can't take that.
I mean, I could kill the clear this, play Bran, ping it, give it a shield, and clear, and then clear that.
No,
But-
you can't.
Well, I mean, I can clear the shield. I can't clear the minion.
Yeah.
So that he would have to run the 8/8 into my 8/7 if he doesn't clear with other things.
That's true. So run a 2/2 into an 8/8. Play Dino Tamer. Og Merchant, King Crush. Run to the 8/8. And then a 2/2 into the Divine Shield. And then Hero Power pass. This at least gives him something he has to deal with.
Yeah.
Now he'll probably run the 3/1 and the 4/3 into Dino Tamer, into King Crush.
King Crush.
He's had a really good game.
Yes.
He's had good
Yes, he
draw
has.
curve.
Yes, he has.
He's
And there's
decking
Tyrion. Yeah.
He main decks Tyrion. What did he cut for Tyrion? Maybe one of the 7/7 pure Libram cards or pure Paladin cards? Maybe. Yeah, that's it. We can pass now if you want.
Yeah.
We can go ahead and concede or just let him kill us.
Yeah, that's game.
So that's another thing. I've been holding off conceding.
Yeah.
And the main reason is people are trying to complete their quests and their achievements.
Right.
So I've been letting people kill me, and sure, it might seem like BM, but they might be trying to complete an achievement. They might be trying to play as many corrupt minions as possible before they kill you, things like that. So don't get so upset if you think somebody is overextending BMing you, doing, oh, why didn't you just kill me? They might be doing achievements. They might be doing quests.
Right.
So just be a little more understanding on the ladder, because that's probably happening a lot.
Yep. So, alrighty. Well, that's gonna do it for us this week. If you have any questions or comments about the show, feel free to email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Please hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you haven't done so already. And check that little bell icon so that you get all of our new episodes. If you have any questions about our patron-only Discord, make sure you head over to patreon.com/heropower. You can get all the details there, where you can be a member for as little as $1 a month. So check it out. And until next week, good gaming.
Bye, guys.